Spoiler warning, if you haven't completed this game yet, then subscribe now and watch this video later. If you have completed this game, then subscribe now and keep watching the video. Let's take a closer look at Bobby the Bob-omb as a character and the role that he plays in Paper Mario: The Origami King. In past Paper Mario games, we've had unique Bob-omb partners that clearly stood out from other Bob-ombs. But a big part of what makes Bobby so special is that he's meant to be represented as a plain old Bob-omb that isn't special, but despite that, he still has a unique, lovable personality. We first meet Bobby on a tram ride to Autumn Mountain. Bobby introduces himself as Bob-omb and says that's all that he could remember. He has amnesia and he's on a solo journey trying to remember anything, his home, his purpose, all of that. One thing that makes Bobby so lovable right from the beginning is this duality that we see in his personality. He's trying to come across as a little bit cocky or a little bit confident, but at the same time, it seems like he's trying to develop his assertiveness also. We could see that he's sitting back in his chair, he looks confident, feet crossed, eyes narrowed. If he had hands, he'd be resting his hands behind his back as he sits back and rests in his chair. But with his attitude, he's not pushy or over-assertive at all. He's curious, and he's even a little bit shy. The first time that Olivia offers that Bobby joins us on our journey, he says, I don't know if I really have anything to offer you guys, there's nothing special about me. And when Olivia says, okay, suit yourself, you don't have to come with us on our journey, we can see that Bobby is curious and he does want to join, but he's just not too sure of himself. He's a little bit shy. We could see that he shifts over slowly on the seat, coming closer and closer, and asking if the offer to join the party is still on the table. When you see a shy character learn to ask for what they want, when you see character development, that makes the character real. That brings the character to life. That makes you like and appreciate this character. From our first encounter with Bobby, he's a character that we're already excited to have on our journey. Big but. One question remains that hasn't been answered. Bobby says he doesn't have any special abilities and he'd just get in the way if he joins us. And in the back of your mind, a bell might be going off here saying, he's a Bob-omb, he explodes, that's what he does, Bob-ombs explode. We're going to run into some rocks somewhere that are going to be blocking our path, and Bobby's going to explode and get those rocks out of our way. That's what his special ability is, that's how he'll help us. He has amnesia, so he can't remember right now that he explodes, but once he remembers, he's going to be able to help us out on our path that way. When we get to Autumn Mountain, Bobby runs off exploring, and he comes across some boulders that he says are too large for even Mario to jump over. And the first time that you see this, you think, okay, here we go, Bobby's going to explode these rocks, and we're going to continue on our journey. That's what's going to happen. That's the obvious solution to this. You have a Bob-omb, you have a rock, the Bob-omb explodes the rock, and you can continue. That's the obvious solution to this. But instead, Bobby suggests that we go up and explore the mountains some more. And this is where Bobby starts to give us some trouble. He shows that he's naive, he gets lost, he repeatedly gets into trouble, and we have to repeatedly save him. It could be a bit irksome for some players to repeatedly chase around Bobby and save him, but with his genuine apologies and with how happy he is to be reunited with his friends, it's just impossible to not forgive Bobby and keep liking Bobby after this. At Shogun Studios, a beautifully designed level, we get through there, make more memories with Bobby, and one of the best scenes in the game happens after we save Shogun Studios. There's a celebratory parade for Mario. People are throwing confetti as he walks down the aisle, and there are fireworks in the sky. Bobby, Mario, and Olivia turn to face the fireworks. The camera zooms in on Bobby. We see a close-up of the fireworks exploding. The camera zooms in on Bobby again. Bobby blinks. He's thinking. Big M? Ma'am? What's up, Bobby? Do you need to use the bathroom? I remember. My missing memories. They all came back to me just now. This scene is just cinematically beautiful and it's designed so well. The way that you see that the camera's showing the fireworks are exploding and it zooms in on Bobby and on the fireworks and on Bobby. And you see that in Bobby's mind he's thinking and he's connecting the dots between the fireworks exploding, and he's a Bob-omb. Bob-ombs explode. All of his memories coming back to him. This scene is just perfect. Olivia says that they all had a blast together at Shogun Studios, and Bobby says, yeah, it was the blast of the fireworks that made me get my memories back. There's a heart-touching moment where he says that all of his new memories are the favorite ones that he's made yet. He thanks Mario and Olivia for taking care of him, and he starts to tear up a bit as he gets emotional. And Bobby promises to stay by Mario and Olivia's side until the end. And exchanges like this showing the development of the relationships between the characters, the reciprocity between how these characters feel about each other. This just makes everything all the more painful for what's going to come up. So the great trio continue their journey to the Yellow Streamer, sharing some stories about their backgrounds, and Olivia ends up being crushed by a boulder. What can we do? Asks Bobby as the camera zooms in on him. Bobby's eyes narrow. He has a long moment of reflection. Yes, it's the only way. I know how to save Olivia, Big M. We have to get to the port in Toad Town and set sail to the Great Sea. I need you to trust me, Big M. Little did Mario know what he was agreeing to here. At the Princess Peach cruise ship, we search for a safe that Bobby says we need, and inside this safe is something that we could use to save Olivia. When we step onto the dock of the ship, Bobby walks ahead. Oh right, this deck is where... His voice trails off. Hey, Big M, how much do you know about us Bob-ombs? The life of a Bob-omb is pretty short, all things considered. That's why we try to make the most of the time we have. Watching this scene in hindsight, knowing what happens is pretty heart-wrenching, because the first time that I saw this scene, I thought, okay, yeah, sure, like, what are you talking about, Bobby? Some Bob-ombs explode, but you're my partner. You're going to learn how to explode, and after you explode, you'll just come back. That's what happens to Bob-omb partners. They explode and they're okay. We frantically search the ship looking for this safe that Bobby says that we need, and when we finally get to it, the Gooper Blooper steals it away from us. Then we get to the Gooper Blooper, we destroy the Gooper Blooper, and we get this safe back. When we get it, Bobby says there's a super important Olivia saving item inside. Bobby tells us some of his backstory. He tells us the story of his friends pooling together some money so they could all go on a cruise ship together and have a fun time, some of them sleeping on the floor, but it was a blast. They were attacked by the Gooper Blooper, and one of his friends had their fuse knocked off. Bobby kept their fuse in the safe as a keepsake of his friend, and he plans to use that to save Olivia. If I can save a friend like this, it means I've finally become the sort of Bob-omb I always wanted to be. This is what every Bob-omb hopes for, a chance to change something for the better, to make an impact. But Big M, he stutters, I had so much fun traveling with you and Olivia. It's been a blast. Sorry, I'm kind of nervous. Thanks for the fuse, best bud. And thank you, Mario, for everything. And Bobby lit his fuse. Mario ran towards him, waving his arms, and Bobby exploded, destroying the boulder. Mario saves Olivia, and she's her regular cheery self when she comes up. She asks how Mario did it, and where Bobby is. Mario's looking down, his hat covering his eyes. It's a terrible day for rain, Olivia. But what do you mean? It's not raining. Yes, it is. Oh, so it is. This scene was just devastating. I have seen more Reddit posts about this scene in the game than any other part of the game. When this first happened to me, I just couldn't believe it. I was thinking, where's Bobby? Bobby's going to come back. And as I was searching for Olivia, I was just expecting at any moment Bobby to pop out and say that he's okay. When we see Bobby's ghost, that's when it first starts to set in that Bobby might actually be gone for good. And we need this scene in this game because otherwise, throughout the rest of the game, I would have been wondering, when is Bobby going to come back? Bobby just can't be God. It doesn't make any sense. Bobby can't be God. So once we cheer up Olivia and we start heading back, if we check the rubble where we spoke to Bobby's ghost earlier, I had to check that. I thought, what's Bobby going to say now? Maybe Olivia will get to see Bobby now. But if you check that, Olivia just says, "What's wrong, Mario? Let's go." And that's when you really know that Bobby is gone for good. And that hurts. Bobby's Bob-omb friends are gone, and now Bobby's gone too. All the memories we have with Bobby, meeting him, his jokes and banter with Olivia, getting him out of trouble repeatedly, going through Shogun Studios with him and making memories there, being with him when his memories came back, Bobby telling us that his new memories that he made with us are his favorite. All of that makes him irreplaceable, and it's such a shock to see that Bobby is gone. From the very beginning, when we met Bobby, we thought Bobby's going to explode and that's going to help us. That's what Bob-ombs do. Bob-ombs explode. This is a Bob-omb partner. He's going to help us. His ability is going to be exploding. But little did we know that his explosion would be sacrificing himself to save his friends. Later in the game, when we get to Bowser's ship, we come across some other Bob-ombs, and these Bob-ombs look very much like Bobby, and that's supposed to be the point, that Bobby isn't a unique Bob-omb, that he's just like any other Bob-omb, and this even confuses Olivia. One of the Bob-ombs says, "We do our jobs, and when we're done, there's always another Bob-omb there to take our place." And that's part of what makes this story in this game so great. We don't always accept every message right away. Some of these messages we might have some resistance to at first. We don't want to accept that Bob-ombs just live short lives, explode, and then they're replaced with another Bob-omb. We saw Bobby as an individual, as a friend, not just someone that's doing their job that's going to be replaced when their short life is over. Our lives have value. We care about our friends. Our friends are more than just cogs in a machine that are meant to be replaced when they don't work anymore. We have emotions attached to individuals and memories of these individuals, and to think that some individuals can just be replaced by putting someone similar in their place. In some cases, it's just absurd to even suggest that it could work like that. Sure, we can make new friends and make new memories, and we can learn and we can grow, but to think that if we lose a friend that we could just replace them, that seems a bit off. When Bobby first explodes, we might not be able to accept that he's gone at first. We might be upset. We might think that he'll come back. It's depressing that he's gone. But finally, we can accept it. Is this game Paper Mario the Origami King, or Paper Mario a light-hearted overcoming grief simulator? A nice touch to the game is that if you revisit Shogun Studios and you go to the photo studio there, get a photo taken with Olivia, then you'll see Bobby's ghost in the background of the picture with you. So Bobby might be closer than you think. There's more Paper Mario and other gaming content on my channel, and you could also stop by my Twitch live streams on Wednesdays and Fridays if you'd like to chat sometime. Please do consider clicking the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video, and have a lovely day, and take care.